Liqueur. Taste testing some brews, microbrews, craft brews, whatever you want to call it, and a nice liqueur. With me today is my part-time host, Llama. Llama, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello. I'm a guy, not a llama, but I like llamas.
What about llamas? Just entrances you so much.
So, man, all sorts of things. Do you know male llamas have fighting teeth?
They got fighting teeth?
Dude, like
apart from their regular teeth, they've got fighting teeth?
They have fighting teeth.
So like a secret row of teeth that just kind of like they can summon at a moment's notice?
That would be kind of fucking cool. All right, that would be cool. But no, not that crazy. They're just wild llamas have fighting teeth, and it's used just like any other wild animal in the wild during mating times and they're fighting with other males. Oh yeah, fighting teeth though. Sorry, I don't know much else to tell you about them other than that's what they are. When they're domesticated, they have to be removed.
So llamas, they're the ones that spit, or are those alpacas?
No, llamas spit. You
suppose them fighting teeth help like channel the spit to like a higher velocity?
I think maybe if we like had genetically, warfare and engineered and trained llamas, but I don't think it's quite like that crazy.
No, probably not.
No, probably not. Probably not.
So the beer today, folks, is from Zipline Brewery. We got the Copper Alt. A little bit about this brew. Brewed in Lincoln, Nebraska. Home of the cornfields. But trust me, there's more than just cornfields. Not really at all.
No, there's more than just cornfields.
Are you sure, man?
No.
Husker football, you can't really say that anymore because they suck. They suck. Yeah, brewed in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's a German alt beer. Copper Alt. I've never heard of this beer before. Have you?
No.
Llama? No?
Never.
It says it's a hybrid style between an ale and a lager. It's a bronze-hued brew. Goes down easy with subtle nuances of chocolate and hazelnut. Let's pop these open.
Let's do it.
There you go.
What is this? 12-ounce ale. An alcoholic volume of 5.2% is what this says.
Indeed.
I can read.
I like the label. It's like
it's very minimalistic.
Yeah, and it's just not a lot going on.
It's got a zip line on it.
It sure does. Which kind of looks like barbed wire without the barbs. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, brother. I like that.
I like that too. It's got a nice a drinkability factor to it.
Yeah.
I could drink this all freaking night long.
Tastes like a nice blonde. Not too heavy on any particular anything. That's nice.
Kind of subtle hints of chocolate. I'm not tasting the hazelnut so much.
No, neither am I. And that's a good thing, because if you ask me, things that have too much hazelnut, I'm just not a fan.
I'm all about the drinkability. I like microbrews for the most part. There are a bunch I don't like. There are some I really do like. But the ones that I do like, usually I can't drink very many of them. 2 at the max, man, because it's like I'm drinking a meal almost. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
It's so heavy.
I feel like that's why I really like the coppers or the blondes, however they're named. They seem nicer and a little bit lighter than what I'm going to assume this is probably going to be. If you ask me, I bet when we compare the two of them, this will be a little bit heavier.
You think so?
I bet. That'll happen. A good beer will stop a man in his tracks.
No, I've never heard that one before. Yeah, I can't get over the simplicity of this label.
I like it.
All right, let's try the next one.
Yeah.
next microbrew up from the same brewery, the Zipline Brewing Company. This one's their IPA. It's got a 6.5% alcohol difference, or alcohol by volume, so it's about a 1% difference from your normal, regular brews, I guess. This one's got the same label, a little bit of a green on it though. I like the green. Pop that open there, Llama.
Maybe. One of these days.
What kind of bottle opener is that? What you got going on?
It's a Fallout themed bottle opener in the shape of a Nuka-Cola bottle cap to open bottle caps. Clever!
It's pretty cool.
I like it. I got it in one of those $20 mystery box things.
Really?
Yeah. It was just a Fallout themed mystery box that I picked up, and it was in it. It was kind of cool.
One of those subscription boxes?
No, I picked it up from Walmart.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
what you're talking about.
they just had one of those there. Had Fallout on it. I was like, cool, throw it in the cart.
Right on.
Me like it some Fallout. Me also like you some beer. Let's give this a taste.
Cheers, buddy.
That's an IPA. Hoppy aroma.
Ooh, that's a real bright taste almost. Like it almost like sparkles on your tongue. Yeah, it's a bright golden IPA. Yep, overflows with juicy hops, showcasing a sublime blend of tropical citrus, grapefruit, and
Interesting
mango aromas. I taste all that.
I taste all that too. This one's actually heavier. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, definitely.
The copper's heavier. Wow.
Absolutely. This one, I almost feel like if we poured this out, it'd be almost clear. Yeah, citrus, grapefruit, and mango. I like it. I like it a lot.
Man, that is a good one.
I like everything about this. The bottle, the color even, the taste, the aroma. A+.
I like the usage of the word sublime.
True that. Touche. I like it. I just can't get over that. Like it just dances on your tongue almost.
Yeah, definitely. This is one of them though. That is like I get 2 beers into this one and I'm like, I want to switch to something different, or I'm good on the night. But I love the flavor. It'd be good with a meal.
Yeah, almost refreshing.
Yeah.
Almost. I don't drink beer to quench my thirst at all. I don't quite understand how people do that.
I don't either at all.
I think I could probably give this one a chance.
I feel like it's a hot summer day. You're grilling with your boys, your gals, whoever you're grilling with. It doesn't matter. You're out there. You're grilling. You have this.
Pick up a Zipline IPA.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
I like it.
I feel like this would just complement a bunch of grilled items perfectly.
You're right. Especially like the kebabs.
Yeah.
A good kebab day.
Oh, yeah.
Pair it with a good
I could
kebab
taste
day.
it now.
So Llama, where can they find you on social media? What are your platforms? What do you use?
I use Twitter.
Link up with you?
Handle @Commander Llama. It's CMDR. And Llama, normal spelling.
So tell us a little bit about that commander prefix.
Well, that comes from a video game franchise called Elite Dangerous, which is probably the most mind-blowing video game concepts to wrap your mind around.
It's got to be one of the most mind-bending games in terms of sheer size. Like, it is the most enormous game ever made. Like, by far, it has to be by far. Except maybe what's that one?
Star
No Man's Sky.
Okay, there's No Man's Sky, but the difference between No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous is that everything in No Man's Sky is procedurally generated, right? So what that means is as you come to a planet, as you come to a system, everything's generated, right? Boom, 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 right there. In Elite Dangerous, they coded and scripted a whole thing that they called the Stellar Forge, which they have created the entire Milky Way galaxy.
And it is 1-to-1 scale.
1-to-1.
There's literally 400 billion stars.
It is wild.
Every speck dot that you see on the galaxy map in this game is a star system with planets, moons, asteroids, terrestrial objects that you can explore, and it's insane. Like I said, it's mind-bending. Like, you can't fathom how big it is.
And the crazy thing is the franchise has been around since what, 1984?
84, 85, somewhere around there, and they've just been improving the game ever since.
Yeah, okay, so, and I wouldn't say necessarily improving the game, because the newest one is its own iteration. There have been, I believe, 3 iterations of the game, but the lore goes all the way back to the beginning 1984 game. A lot of the core systems that were in the game, a lot of the core story that happened from that game is the lore for the new one that takes place. When did it start? The game's been out now for 4 or 5 years? 5 years now. What is it, 2033 or is it 2034 in the game now?
I want to say it's 34.
No. Oh, yeah, it is, huh? Why did I say 20? Cyberpunk, man. Cyberpunk. It's on my mind. Anyway, I need it in my veins.
We can shelf the Elite Dangerous and talk about Cyberpunk.
No, hold on. We need to finish in one, and we'll go to the other, because both games equally deserve their credit. And I will give credit where credit is due. I was worried with Elite Dangerous for a little bit because they took out Galnet, which, for people that have never played Elite Dangerous or never will and just hear us talking about it, what that is essentially is the space equivalent of the main news agency. Right. That's where all of the news gets aggregated through. If something's happening in the systems or way out on the edge of space or wherever, it gets ran through Galnet. There's an article, there's story, there's lore there.
Yeah, it stands for the Galaxy Network.
Exactly. Well, they scrapped that for a time being, and they stopped producing news stories and lore and in-game events that would happen weekly, because they used to have every week a weekly event where you could either help or not help. Excuse me.
Are you talking about the community goals?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite things to play.
Exactly.
Upset.
Well, they stripped that out. They stripped out the storytelling in Galnet, but it's back.
I saw that.
And they're telling stories.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it.
Have it playlist play.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's nice.
And I was scared too, because they took all of that time. You gotta remember, they had devs go in and make and program the ability to be able to play those articles in your ship while you're flying. You never were able to do that when the game first came out.
You could only play it in...
And you could only read it. It'd be in a ship,
really?
You could only read it. It wouldn't read out loud to you. They added that in probably about a year and a half after they added it to console. Because it was all on PC first, and then it came to console after. Probably about 2.5 years after it was out on PC. Regardless. That feature was never in. They added out the ability to play audio your Galnet articles while you're flying around, like what you know of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided to scrap telling lore inside Galnet, which made no sense. So I was really scared in Elite Dangerous for a while. But they, just as the past 2 weeks, they started aggregating news stories, and the whole thing about an assassination on the one of the Empire. One of the Duvals. The Empire.
You guys don't know what we're talking about. You have no idea what we mean, but check it out. Elite Dangerous.
It's cool.
Frontier Development.
It'll blow your mind. One to one Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, it'll blow your mind. I think the last time I read, it's on all 3 platforms, and it was 0.002% of the galaxy was explored over the past 5 years on all platforms, which is insane. It's crazy to think about.
It's wild, especially because players have tracked their movement. Elite Dangerous Frontier Developments has tracked player movement through the entire Milky Way universe. You can actually go and you can find a time-lapse video showing commanders going to star system in a line.
Yeah.
And it blowing up as the years went by in the game. And Frontier's keeping a track of that because there's a super, super secret within Elite Dangerous.
I think
little
it's
something,
Rexler.
A little something called Rexla, and that's
For another time.
That's for another time.
So we can talk about that in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So,
we're breaking out
you
two
can
hats for that one.
classify Elite Dangerous as a space sim. And it's one of my favorite games. What is your favorite thing to do?
In Elite?
Yep.
It was originally exploring, because I'm so into like xenobiology and all things like that. And there was the ancient extinct race called the Guardians, and you could go out and you could find a whole bunch of their stuff and find lore on them. And it was just a really cool storyline that you could go do that wasn't guided by, mind you, there's no mission tracker. There's no, hey, go do this quest.
You can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. You can go explore. You can go bounty hunt.
Do whatever.
Go fight for the Federation.
You be a space pirate.
Dude, you can assassinate space pirates. You can go mine asteroids.
Yeah, man.
If you want.
So my favorite thing to do
game,
after
check it out,
exploration is bounty hunting. I
love bounty hunting. It's about all I do. So guys, the reason they call it Elite is because after you've been playing it for a while, and you rank up a certain amount of times, you become Elite. And they have 4 different aspects. They have this mode called CQC, which is like their matchmaking.
Close quarters
PvP,
combat.
yeah, kind of like Call of Duty, but
team
for
deathmatch, capture the flag,
and flying and ships and stuff. And then there's exploration, and then there's mining, right? No, there's
it's trade.
Trade.
It's combat,
and then
trade, CQC, and did I say exploration?
I think so.
Yeah, all right. Combat.
These beers taking effect.
Combat, trade, CQC, exploration.
Yeah,
those are the 4. Yeah,
and
those are your 4.
The top rank is Elite. That's kind of why they call it Elite Dangerous.
Yep. And only the elite of the elite get contacted.
Yeah.
Another story for another day.
But I'm Elite in exploration, so I kind of, there's no really a whole lot of interest for me in that. But I just been killing people. Lots of combat. Murder.
It's going around murdering everybody.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, so
Don't
we
get murdered.
got here a Grand Marnier Cognac with orange liquor.
Cognac.
A yak. First distilled in 1827 by John Baptiste L'Apostoli.
Cognac goes good with anything.
Cognac goes good with anything, yeah. More specifically, we're drinking the Cordon Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
Can be consumed neat, if you don't know, without ice. As a cordial or as a digestive. And it can be used in mixed drinks and desserts. And it's quite popular. And like Applebee's and like dine-in restaurants. Apparently. Let's pop this up. It's got this cool little cork. I don't even have a lid.
Oh, can you make a cork noise with it? Get the cork noise. Get the cork noise in there for the people. Nice.
Glug, 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 glug. Just give that a good old taste there, Llama.
Oh, that one's for you.
Fine.
It's a Huskers glass, bro.
Only fitting, right?
Yeah.
This smells good, too. 40% alcohol. L'Apostoli. I like that name. L'Apostoli. Ooh, that is sweet. Ooh, I can taste that orange a lot. Oh yeah, it makes you want to go.
Oh yeah.
That is Throw a couple ice cubes in there. Yeah. Oh, I'm good on that. That almost feels like a sin adjacent. It's one of those where you just put a nice couple round ice cubes in there and just Sit back and relax on the porch.
I'm not 50 years old yet.
So?
And that's not on the porch. That's in front of the fireplace with bookshelves surrounding you.
Hey, you know what I heard the other day?
Tell me what you heard. Don't tell me what you heard, boy.
Getting old is earned, and I'm not a young guy anymore. I'm a pretty young guy. I'm 31.
I was say, dude, yeah, we're not that old, but we're still pretty
But I
old.
feel old.
No, man,
I feel old. My bones hurt. The joints hurt.
I'm 30. My joints hurt. And all right, so truth be told, though, how much of that is our diets? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why is it so expensive to be healthy?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Why is it so expensive to be healthy? Why is that not a conversational topic more people are speaking about? Why do we have, major multinational conglomerate fucking businesses, excuse my F-bomb, it kind of makes me a little angry, that do everything in their power to hike up prices on things that make you healthy?
I think it's just mainly because sugar is so available, and it's the simpler way to do things. People like sugar.
Yeah.
Just throw a bunch of sugar and stuff, people like it more.
Or
Or
there could be a backdoor deal going on.
Ooh, are you talking about some conspiracy?
Maybe. Who knows?
I like a good conspiracy.
Because if you go to your doctor and you try to tell them what you're eating, most of them don't give a shit. Well,
they want you to keep coming back with your ailments.
They want you to keep coming back with their ailments, exactly.
You really think these people are trying to heal you when you're the one paying these people?
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm not about free healthcare. I'm not about going out to the spiritual healer and by all means do that. But I'm not talking about going to the guy that's pretending to rub his hands on you and you're healed now kind of nonsense, or taking a magical herb to make you feel better, we've had thousands upon thousands of years of trying to figure out the human body and condition to understand that there are certain ailments that you need to see a doctor for. But
right. There's a lot of stuff that you can just kind of take care of yourself.
Why is it so hard to be healthy? Why is it, and I shouldn't say hard, I should say, why is it so expensive to be healthy?
Why is it so expensive just to stay alive, man? Why is it so expensive to be a human, a good person? It's expensive to be a good person.
Yeah. Why?
Anybody can be a bad person. I mean, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take anything to be a bad person.
It doesn't take much.
It takes a lot to be a good person.
You got to have a lot of stake within yourself and the people around you to be a good person.
It takes a lot of patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience.
With the stupidity in the world today. Dude, I got behind this car today coming home from work.
That's why I sold my motorcycle. I don't even want to hear about it because that's why I was finally selling my motorcycle today, bro. Because I took, like I said, I took it out. But go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing crazy, but it's one thing about this town, man, is I just get impatient with the drivers. The stop signs and the stoplights, people not paying attention.
They drive like they're in California.
Reach around beating their kids at the intersection. Come on.
You saw that one, actually?
Oh, my.
I've seen it a couple of times growing up.
Yeah, that was when I pulled up into. Coming off the interstate, pulled up, this lady beating her kids. I'm just trying to get home, man. I had a rough day today. I just wanted to get home, and this lady's just taking her sweet-ass time in the intersection. I never wanted to get out of my car more than that time. Quit beating your kids and hit the gas pedal.
Yeah, pay attention to what's going on in the world around you, and stop taking your anger. Stop taking the anger out on your kids. And if you're in a vehicle with your kids, pay attention to the fucking world around you.
Dude, that's the biggest problem. People aren't aware. People aren't aware. They're not prepared. They don't think ahead.
Yep.
And it drives me nuts, man.
That's why I don't lie to my kid about nothing.
People they're not prepared for when something happens. They're not prepared. And then they just have to rely on everybody else to pick up the pieces. Yeah. And I know a certain friend who does that to me all the time. It drives me nuts.
You got to cut him out, man.
Well, that's the thing is, it's so hard for me to do that.
And it is. That's the hard part of being a good person, is because it's really hard to reconcile with yourself the feeling and the emotion of and the attachment of going, this was my friend, but I need to realize that my friend isn't my friend because they're holding me back. They're not doing anything to try to bolster me. They're not doing anything to try and help me. And that kind of sounds a little bit selfish. But when you're friends, when you're family...
I mean, honestly, it's a selfish world, and you have to think about yourself first and foremost, because it's just like the whole airplane deal. You got to secure your own mask first before you can take care of your kids.
Exactly.
You got to take care of yourself before you can help anybody else.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
exactly.
That's number one.
That man, what's wild is that simple piece of knowledge stretches out across so many different, I don't know what the type of language I'm looking for is, but like realms of reality. You know what I'm saying? From your work life to your relationship life to your friendship life. You know what I'm saying? That little bit of knowledge goes so far. And the sad fact is, yeah, we live in a selfish world, but you have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of the ones around you or anything else in your life. Like, if your life is utter crap, right? And you're single, it just, everything's in shambles. You're fighting with your friends. You don't have any friends. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm getting at. If you try to go and have a relationship with a woman or a man, whatever your thing is into, if you try to have a relationship in any type of aspect, all you're going to do is harm that person. Yeah. You're not going to better that person. You're not going to do anything for those people around you. You're going to make things worse at most. Right. At least... you're going to be a guy using somebody or a person using somebody, and you don't want to be that. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. You got to figure your own stuff out before you can do anything in the world. And that's one of the biggest things that we don't teach anybody. They didn't teach us. I mean, I got taught that. I know you got taught that. So many people around me growing up, even into my adult life, like I'm 30, you're 31. There's so many people that just still doesn't click.
You'd think it would come innate to people.
You would think. You really would think.
A lot of that is kind of hampered by how you're raised. Honestly, it really is.
It's nature versus nurture and all that.
If your parents are shit, you're probably going to turn out shit.
But that's not necessarily true either,
Not necessarily true.
But statistically speaking, and that's like, statistically speaking, if you come from a one-parent household, doesn't matter, male or female, one-parent household, you're at a higher risk for being put into the system in any way, shape, or form. If you come from a divorced household where you get tossed between two of them, that's still even higher risk.
My friends...
So much of everything in life comes down to adults teaching good or bad, enabling good or bad to the entire world around them.
I feel like if you're raised with shitty parents and you somehow manage to progress after that, I guess.
Yeah, above that.
If you become a decent, nice person, successful, you don't even have to be successful, man.
What is success measured in?
Right.
Because if you ask me, if you are happy where you are, honestly, truly happy,
love, that's all.
You love you. You love where you're at. You love everything about you. That's success, baby. Yeah. You hit that shit on the head. That's what life is about.
You got a good point.
Life is about not the monetary bullshit. Monetary bullshit comes and goes. There were so many motherfuckers out there in this world that don't have a thing, that have never had a thing, that live their life happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, like the people who can break free from that hold of fear and hatred and disdain and disrespect for everything. If they can break through that, through all the struggles they had, I mean, that's a hell of a person.
It's a hell of a person.
So the friends that I know and people that I know who have been through that and done that, like, I treasure those people. I mean, those are the type of people you need in your life.
Absolutely.
Don't go out and seek those people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you know people who've transcended through that and are they're not following in their parents' footsteps,
and it's
in that type of way.
And it's almost, it doesn't even have to be their parents' footsteps, right? It could have been any influence within their life.
Exactly.
Or if like, all right, so like I'll be 100% forward. Like in my youth, a lot of it got messed up in my teenage years because I don't know if you, like Eric, I don't know if you knew this about me. Like actually come from a city mother that grew up in the country, from a father that grew up country, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I grew up super country. You know, I rode sheep riding contests.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
I have a trophy for winning a couple.
Mutton
you know,
buster,
like
fellow mutton buster.
Mutton buster.
Hey,
yeah. Tell you what, boy. And I never missed a day of school. Even if I was sick, I still went to school. You know, I was a straight A student. And then just one day, got into a fight with two brothers. And just so happened to walk away from the fight with the upper hand. Even though, honestly, in a fight, really, who wins? I mean, we're in a day and age in society where, like, come on, man, is anyone gaining any benefit from fighting each other? Like, are we any of us gaining an upper hand on one another? Like, that's nonsense. But so, this kid decided that because his brother got beat up, that the day that I didn't go to school because I had a dentist appointment to get, this tooth over here filled, some nonsense, they were gonna plant ditchweed in my shop locker. And so I had to go through a whole bunch of stuff as a juvenile. I had to get put through the whole system. I had the ringer thrown at me. And I came from a conservative household, which in my adult years, knowing my dad pre my birth, it's a little offensive, but that's besides the point. I coming from a conservative household and with the problems that my stepmother had brought into my father's life with her kids and her nonsense and yada, yada, yada. My dad was like, just take him out of the home. Just get him out of here. Nobody listened to me. Nobody wanted to hear my side of the story. None of it. You know what I'm saying? Got put in a juvenile home. Went through the ringer. Was in the system my entire life. But at no point in my adult life have I ever been, all of my problems and everything in my life stems from that. And because of that, I am just a downtrodden person that was abused by the system, and I'm held back because of the system.
So by God, I'm going to be a terrible person.
I'm going to be a terrible person.
Anarchy.
Now I will tell you.
I'm going to take down the system.
I will tell you, as a teenager, when they were telling me I was a bad child, I was a bad youth, I was doing all those bad things, I did become that. But that's only because the system then put me around.
They were telling you that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
and so I was just
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly. You're a child. That's why I say leave the damn kids alone, because until you are 21, maybe a little bit older, just depending on your growth, because every person is their own person and growth is different. Yeah. Your brain does not stop developing
until you're 30 on average.
Jeez, I thought I was like 20. I thought it was like 23, dude. I thought it was like 23. To be honest with you, I think
the new studies out now are about around 30.
What that would explain a lot of our arrested development as a society. Yeah. To be honest with you, but back to what I was saying, man. Once I realized that I made all of the choices in my life. I chose who was around me. I chose what happened in my life, good or bad, based on the things that I had done. Seize control.
Yeah.
That's it. It's as simple as that. It's just realizing what the problem is, finding the solution, executing it.
Well, you're really only going to change once you get tired of your own shit.
Yeah. Only you can be the change you want.
I mean, it's going to take that point in time. Once you get tired of your own shit, is when you start to change your life. And I heard something the other day. I was listening to Ram Dass, and one of the good points I took away from it was, you have to know the difference between knowledge and wisdom. And you can know all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
You know all the interesting things.
Where does
you
it
know everything. If you don't know what to do with the knowledge, knowing what to do with the knowledge is what defines you as a person. That's what gives you wisdom. Experiences is what gives you wisdom.
So, you know what's really funny?
Wanting to learn is what gives you wisdom. When I was in high school, I didn't want to learn.
Beautiful.
I hated being in school.
Hated it.
Because I had to get up 7 o'clock every day. I had to go clock in at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Clock out at 3:30. Clock back in at 4 for football, track, whatever it was. I wouldn't get home till like 6:30, man.
We need to redesign the school systems.
That was, well, I guess that was 6 years of my life if you count middle school.
We really need to redefine and reshape how we structure the school system. We have...
For sure, man. Like, they don't teach any life skills. And the new Common Core math?
Horrible.
What?
Horrible. I don't understand it. I don't in the slightest. I'm glad we don't subscribe to Common Core math. We do subscribe to some Common Core subjects, but they're not as bad here, but still. That's...
Let me pour you some more of this Grand Marnier. There you go, buddy. So, yeah.
I'm sipping on this Zipline.
Yeah.
This stuff is wonderful.
Grand Marnier. This stuff is good, man.
That stuff's good.
It's gotta be one of my favorites.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not in a liquor mood today. Even
No.
the taste of it. It tasted nice. The way it rolled across my tongue, it was like a thick syrup almost, but like sweet, like almost like a runny maple syrup ish to me is what the
like a watery.
the texture of it rolling across my tongue, and that was nice. It had a good aftertaste. It had a good initial taste. Definitely sweet. Great. Oh man.
Oh god, I feel like this would give you a hell of a hangover though.
It would.
I don't know if I want to drink this all night, but yeah, definitely a couple ounces on some round. I guess it doesn't really matter what kind of ice cubes you got, but some couple ounces of Grand Marnier on the rocks, man.
You need them round ice cubes.
Sitting in
them round ice cubes.
Adirondack chair on the porch.
Yo, somebody out there is screaming at you, bro. Because they're like, no, the specific type of ice cube matters, okay? It matters.
I'm probably not even pronouncing it the right way.
Is it ice cube?
Cordon Rouge. Rouge. It's not Grand Marnier. It's
Grand Marnier.
Right?
Grand Marnier. Liqueur.
Grand Marnier. Grand Marnier.
Ridiculous.
All right, guys. That's all for today. Thanks for listening.
Enjoy.